Yo, yo, yo. Oh, it's so secret. Oh, not really. That's the joke. That's the big joke, is it's not a secret. It's not a secret. This is a catcher coupon, and I scribed it all up with the marking dies. ZDP 189 at 65, and we're gonna grind this guy. So it's on this work rest, and the platinum's angled at 3 degrees per side. And you would think this is actually just going to be easier than shit. Like all you got to do is just, meh, and then it's done. That's it. Well, it's more complex than that, because nothing's actually flat. The platinum's not flat. This isn't flat. Why don't you make it flat? Well, that's not how it works. That's not how things work. So the thing is that we's gots to grind. We's gots to grind. Boom, boom, boom. And then we got to pull it back as we go. I'll show you. It'll make more sense when we're checking it out. Let's get back to business. Let's get back to it. So this is super state of the art. I'd love to be showing this is, only at Area 51 do they have stuff this complex. These are called C-clamps. And so I'll try to do this on camera until it's a pain in the ass, and then I'll probably just do it off camera because it's fucking annoying. But we gotta C-clamp this stuff up. I mean, trust me, it's way more fun to grind freehand. Yeah, this is a secret C-clamp. And you gotta make sure that you're completely flat. I use my highly calibrated eyeballs here. I could see that we need to move this a little bit right now. And then we put our other C-clamp on. This is the most exciting live feed of all times and all times to come right here. We're doing some crazy shit. Put C-clamps. How many of you guys thought you'd be watching a fucking sweet video of a dude putting some C-clamps on there? Oh yeah, buddy. So we'll double check. Looks Kentucky to me. Will you go over your eyeball calibration? Well, first you gotta pay you gotta get your old eyes removed, and you gotta get the cyborg eyes put in, So there we go. There's our scribe line right here. So we try to get an even plunge right there. And if we grind, it's like coloring in the line fucking coloring book, All you gotta do is grind till you make that first line disappear, flip it, and then grind to make the other side disappear. So we're starting now. This is a Norton 980p blaze belt. You don't actually start with the freshest belt, because what's going to happen is this 90-degree corner is going to come in there, and just all the mountaintop points on here are just going to go shoosh, and you're just going to scrape them all off. So usually when you're cutting your 90 on here, you want to use a slightly worn belt, cut that 90 on there, get it over to that line, switch sides, cut that 90. Then you want to start using your fresh belts, man. Yeah. Hey, man, why does it got to be Kentucky? Hey, I've always been getting lucky in Kentucky, man. That's why. So we're going to make some noise. I don't know how annoying this is going to be. Tough fucking titties. We grinded about 30% speed here. It's about this fast. So that's about how fast we're grinding. I mean, we could grind like fucking 100. Oh! The problem is it's not very effective. So you want to drop it down to 30%. That's usually what they don't tell you about why you need a VFD, is so you can go slower, not so you can go faster. Because that way you can put more pressure in there and let the ceramic belt thing do its job. So we'll start grinding here. Got the water sprayer. It's a big help. So big thing about this project is everything has to be very specific. Everything has to be water cooled, all that good stuff, to make sure we're testing steel and that we're not testing some other variable. There's plenty of variables to figure out. So we'll come in here. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking water cooled though. Like, that's water cooled. I'm not worried about it. But start the bevel, and then you pull even as you go. I mean, that doesn't look like, oh dude, you got it a little taller right there, you suck. Like, the idea is that you pull it clean as you go. I'm trying to pull it up to this scribe line right here, because that'll be about 3 degrees per side. We're set to 3 degrees on here, but we've got to pull it up clean as we go, and we're going to cut this 90, and we're going to grind it until we get to that scribe line that we have on there. I mean, listen, like, when it comes to fucking grinding, you should grind freehand too. Like, you don't need the jig. I have to do the fucking jig for this project. Like, it's not like, oh, I need the fucking jig. You don't need the jig. But I'm doing something scientific for this project, so I have to. Like, we have no choice, man. So, pulling it back. You don't need a fucking jig. I have to do this for what I'm doing. It's for this project. Everything has to be very specific. So, we're gonna keep grinding. You can see that scribe line on there. And here we go, baby. Grinding that off. You gotta take this metal dust here. You gotta scoop that shit off and make sure you don't grind your finger, because your jig will rest on that crap and move it around. You know, it just goes to show. I mean, it's not as easy as just you just take them and you just put them on there and grind them. It should be easy as fuck. Well, you know, it's a little more complex, man. So right now I'm actually angling it in. I don't just want to press it flat on there, because it doesn't grind evenly. You have to grind it even as you go. Now, if I feel like my belt's not cutting enough, I need to dress the belt. And what I do is I'll stab into the belt with a piece of scrap steel, like this right here. I'll stab it into it at an angle. That'll break down the bonding on the belt and allow it to keep cutting. So it looks something like this right here. And you got a bunch of orange dusty on there. You just wipe all that crap away. And now it's gonna start cutting more. I'll notice when I'm using this thing that when the belt starts kind of wearing out, with experience you'll kind of figure it out. You'll be like, oh, okay, I need to dress the belt. It's not cutting the way it needs to. So yeah, ZDP 75.5 Rockwell. See, that's where we're at right now. We'll clean it up as we go. We're just trying to grind to this scribe line. Then we'll flip it around. We'll clean it up. We'll make it look real nice. But crap off there. So we've got a flat portion right here. See how that's flat right there? And then we've got it at a different angle right here. So you're going to have to rest it on that flat and pull it all the way down. We're not going to worry about that right now though, because we want to cut that 90 on this with the other belt that we have. But let's just stop and make sure. I could still see that I still have some of that scribe line right there. So I'm going to keep cutting. If I pull this down from here to here, you can see where I have that facet. That should clean up the remainder of that scribe line right there, and let's give it a go. So now we're taller here, shorter here. So now we're gonna have to focus on this area. And what I'm doing that you can't see is I'm like forcing this end in more to grind that side up more. And so you can't tell because when I'm doing it, it's not any change. But the pressure change is I'm taking this and I'm pushing that in more so that it'll grind that to the same level that we have over here. Move all this shit out of the way. So it's really getting flat. So level that off a little bit. We'll come back, we'll clean that up some more. We got to cut that 90 on the other side, but you just want to make sure you're getting it clean as you go. So killing this guy off for now. And then once we get those flats going, so switch sides using the most advanced clamping method on the planet. This is called a C-clamp. This is some top secret grinding, man. Top secret. Another thing we want to do for ZDP is this. I use this stuff right here. This keeps shit from rusting, man. Yeah, huh? Put the EDCI on there because ZDP 189 is not very stainless, man. It's not. I love the steel. I love it, but she will rust you. She will rust out on you. All right. You think that looks Kentucky to me, huh? All right, so we'll put our first C-clamp on here. This is super convenient, you know, the C-clamps and shit. Move that down a little bit. Check here, make sure it's completely parallel. Just move it out there. Lock it with the other C-clamperoo. Oh, buddy. I don't know, man. I don't know. Somebody asked, why is it so hard for companies to heat treat properly? I don't know. You know, I don't even know if it's necessarily them heat treating properly as much as they're not really like juicing protocols for high performance stuff, man. It'd be like saying, you know, saying to the guy at the Lamborghini dealership, hey, why is it that these production car companies can't make fast cars, you know? And it's like, fuck, man, I don't know. You know, does everyone need a fast car? You know? I don't know, man. You gotta rule out geometry and some other stuff first, you know? You gotta rule out how you're sharpening the knife. Ooh, crank it, son. All right, here we go. 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 Kentucky. Got it. I mean, you can see that even though I'm using a jig, I'm still having to like angle it in, you know? I have this set for 3 degrees, but I need to cut to 90. So you still need to know how like the principles of freehand grinding work. Some people they'll think, oh, I got a jig, man, now it's fucking easy. All I gotta do is just stick the thing on there, but it doesn't work out that way. Yeah, this is like the biggest secret though, is cutting clean as you go, getting a nice facet, and then pulling it back as you go, man. That's the big secret. That's all there is to it. CDP 189 is grinding like a pussycat compared to all the CPM steels like S125E, stuff like that. So I think if a guy grinds 1095 at 56C all day, he'd probably shit his pants if he was grinding a CDP 189. But for me, since I grind all that crazy shit, CDP 189 is like a pussycat for me. Definitely hard though. I'm gonna have to switch belts once I get this 90 cut. I don't fucking know. Asking that question, Rodney. I don't fucking know. Nerd shit, man. What FPS am I running? I'm gonna look at the grinder. It's like 1755. I don't know, whatever that means. Whatever that means, man. Alright, so we're gonna switch the belt now. Just having to use a lot of pressure and shit. And just want to speed this up, man. Speed it up. Get a fresh one. Thank God about the 2-pack. Oh, you little fucker. There we go. Trying to do super thin aluminum frame locks in AEBL and maybe Vanix later. I'll run them pretty hard if people want to try to baton knot an apple with it. That's what they want to do. Yeah. Oh, this belt. This beautiful belt right here. This beautiful belt, depending on where you are and where you're shopping, you can get it anywhere from maybe about $7.60 all the way up to about, I don't know, 11 bucks. It's an expensive belt. Well, I got it at 30%, like I told people at the beginning of this live feed, Rodney, I was like, I can run this shit I can run it at 3 billion 3 billion speed, but that doesn't help me because it's not about the speed, it's about how much pressure I can put into it. And these belts work better when the grains kind of fracture a little bit and they dig in there and cut the steel. It's not about them moving faster to cut. How long do they typically last? As long as they last. How how long is a piece of string? How many miles can you drive before you need to put air in your tire? Just as needed. If you're grinding soft, poopy steel all day, it probably lasts you forever. But if you're grinding all the hard steel, this belt is a belt that worked the best. For me. I mean, you want to see the. You could see I have a lot of experience with grinding. I got a lot of belts. So for me, they don't last a long time, but I could make them last a long time. I could tell you guys to go fuck yourselves, and I can go use like 1084 at 56 RC, and I'll probably get about like 10 blades out of one belt or something. Be like, woo, woo. I like that actually. That's a good idea. Good thinking. Good thinking, man. Do it. Fucking do it. 30%. 30% speed. That's the tracking. Woo! Oh, wet t-shirt contest. Oh! Woo! That is cutting, man. That is cutting. Gotta be careful. Do you use the same belts? Well, fucking, this is the belt. The belt, man. It doesn't get any better. This is the belt. This is the belt. The belts, man. Oh! See all the little mountaintops and shit coming off. Woo. Crank that shit. That's some hard fucking steel, boys. Oh, you want to hear it at 100? It doesn't really work faster though, dude. See, that's it at 100. See, I put it at 30. I can control it more, and I can actually make the belt last longer. If you go faster, you just shear off all the tops on the belt. You didn't know that? Oh, you didn't fucking know that? Now you fuck. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Nobody knows that, man. Nobody knows that shit. Nobody shares that shit. It's boring. It's fucking boring. It's boring. I'm gonna share that. I mean, I'm gonna share it in this video. No one's gonna watch that shit. It's boring. Nobody wants to know. Fuckers. Piece of shit. Grind, baby. So we're pulling up that plunge right now. Kind of lay it in there and then pull it up. And we've got about a 60 thou plateau. Maybe about 50 thousandths right here. But it's really easy to get these plunges really thick. It's a fucking pain in the ass. What you have to do is like what I said, you got to keep your plunge even, and then we pretty much we push it in like that. But this is what it looks like. You can't even tell. Yeah. No sparks. You ain't even the pro guy. Yeah. Those guys fucking with all the sparks and shit flying, huh? Yeah, everybody loves that shit. You can grind them really fast, huh? Make a good profit margin. But then people go and they sharpen that knife and they're like, oh fuck, this knife sucks ass. Flips it up. Because it doesn't even have to change colors for it to fuck up the edge. It just makes the edge softer and tougher. Yeah, tougher! We gotta go slow, man. We gotta make sure that we're holding up our end of the bargain for this project, you know? People are depending on this stuff. They want to know, how long is this EDP 189? How long is it gonna cut? You know? It's kind of difficult. Right now, you got everybody testing knives that are made, and you have no idea how the fuck they're made. And we can rule out some more of the variables here to see how they're being made. I'm sorry, did I say knife? It's a fucking rectangle. Oh my god. What's fucking sad is it's probably going to have better geometry than most of the expensive ass knives people waste their fucking money on. Ooh, that hurts, man. So once you got a good flat going, man, it's pretty easy because all you're doing is you're like resting that flat, the grind, just right on there. You're like clicking it on there and you're pulling it back. You just got to make sure you're clean as you go. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'll tell you what, I'll turn the video off and we'll see, okay? You can time me. I got asked a question. He said, okay, if you weren't doing a video, how much faster could you work? And here's your answer. I'll turn the live stream off right now. You could start the time, and then I'll turn the live stream back on. Yeah. And then we'll see. I'm just kidding. That'd be fucking stupid. I don't know, man. It's not like I'm grinding two of these. You know, this is the only ZDP 189 I have to grind right now. Yeah, that's the music. Well, I wish I could sing and shit, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna save your guys' ears right now. Yeah, I know. Usually I'll play music and stuff while I do this because this is like boring as fuck to do this, but top secret, motherfucking top secret job. So keep going. Clean all that crap off. So if you look at it right now, a little higher here, a little lower here, so I'll have to focus here and pull it up, you know. Now look at this. If you let that reflect in the light, you can see it's not just water right there resting, but we're a little convex right here. So in order to get rid of that convex, we have to press in from here and then press it up so that it grinds flat, straight down, man. Easy to fuck it up, so you gotta go slow. Come on, baby. Where we're at right now. Just grind up to that line right there. Pull up right here. Cool. Keep going. We are. Pull up through here, get that plunge a little bit crisper. Focus on that area a bit more. Awesome. Now we pulled that plunge up a little bit more, but we got to clean up that little woofie we got on there. Careful though. Whew. So, cleaned it, we pulled that up a little bit. Now we just need to pull it out through. And then we need to flip to the opposite side if you remember and grind there. And then we have the thickness that we want. And just clean it up to the shoulder. You just gotta go easy, man. I don't know. Like, you think you could just take this fucking thing and just, and it's done, but it you know, it never turns out right. I mean, you gotta go and you gotta go clean as you go. You know, you gotta go clean as you go. So Let's turn that off. We'll flip it around. And I just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek into this crazy fucking world of grinding rectangles, you know? It's highly skilled. I'm just kidding. I mean, let's face it, man. At the end of the day, I'm grinding a rectangle, you know? Like I can't really hype this up, guys. It's because it's kind of lame, right? I mean, you go from making kick-ass knives to making rectangles like a... But I just thought it'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting look at what went into this project, you know, when people start seeing some test results and they ask, well, how were those ground? Who ground that? I ground them. This is what went into the project, you know. So we're doing the off camera. I'm just clamping this guy up. It's just easy to do off camera, but you know what? There's no fun in that. You guys deserve to see everything, you know? Deserve to see all the fun. So this is the other side right here. And it looks like we need to actually drop down using my highly calibrated eyeball. Show me. Shaboomy. Sorry, I couldn't see the messages for some reason. I don't know why. YouTube wouldn't let me see the messages. It's like I'm talking to myself. But yeah, you want to check, you know, double check. What do you think? Are we looking good? This is your guys' first test right now for Kentucky. Kentucky eyeball. What do you think? Does that look even? This is your fucking test. Well, if you said yeah, you passed. Congratulations. You guys have calibrated eyeballs now. They're in high demand. Use them responsibly, okay? That was the final test. All right. Let's fucking get this guy going, eh? All right. All right. Tight, double check. All right, we're ready for takeoff. Tracking's good. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely just glazing it. Yeah, definitely just glazing it. I need to adjust that belt. What's my latest pickup? My latest pickup is I got 20 ceramic belts, man. I love them. Oh! That's that belt up, son. Yeah, I got 20 ceramic belts, man. That's my latest pickup. Pretty exciting, huh? That's that shit. So look at that shit. Whoa! You fucked it up! Oh my god! It's uneven! What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to throw it away. You can't fix it. Well no, I just pull this side up more now. But it just goes to show what I'm saying. I mean, nothing's actually lined up and flat. I mean, you gotta get it clean as you go. So you can see I'm pulling that up more. I'm pulling that up more to here, and then I pull that across to there. That's the highest point right there. All right, so that's what you're doing. And what allows you to do that is by you're manipulating pressure here. You can't see me moving it like that. It's not perceivable, but the pressure that's applied, see, you have to line it up flat on here, and then I crank more pressure on there like that, and then I pull that pressure evenly across, and that's how you fix that crap. So you just have to do it and figure it out. A little flatter. I like that. I like it like that. Working that grind, I don't know how to act slow motion. I like it like that. He's working that thing, don't know how to act slow motion. Alright, super clean as we go. Yeah, this feels pretty hard, man, you know? Definitely notice when I push into it and it's not really digging in. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I've been up to, you know, nothing crazy. But there we go, all ground out. That concludes today's live feedo. Top secret. Super secret grinding. Got just enough time for one more question. So we unplug the live feed and I'm just gonna start cranking these bad boys out, man. One question. One magic question. Take it easy, man. Ah, too fucking slow. All right, boys, it's been real. We got the these bags. We need to keep grinding them out, bam, and we're gonna keep doing that. And I'll catch you guys later.